Hey, welcome to another Evolve moment. I want to talk to you quickly about the three levels of motivation. The three levels of motivation. Recently, I received a phone call from a senior pastor and an overseer. This person has been successful in what he has been doing over the last 30, 40 years. But he says that he had one flaw, and this one flaw is hard to get people motivated to do something. He said he tried this and he tried that, but it's hard to get people motivated. And he said that's really been his only flaw, or one of his major flaws, I should say, in his leadership that has always plagued him. So I want to talk about that because there are a lot of people, there are a lot of leaders, executive leaders, mid-level, emerging leaders, and you have a following. You have people that look to you for answers or direction or for empowerment. And sometimes you may feel like you're coming up empty and really provoking them or propelling them forward. So let's talk about that. I want to talk about today the three levels of motivation. The three levels of motivation. Motivation as it relates to leadership and towards others, I believe essentially is three levels to it. Let's talk about this. The first level is interest. You got to get people interested and win their interest. And within this concept of interest, you also have to be creative. So once you get a person interested in something you're doing, now you begin to capture, even if it's a small part of their attention. And so interest is the first level of motivation and motivating others. You have to be able to be creative. You have to come out of yourself. You have to be able to do something that interests people. When I look at it from a biblical perspective, Jesus did things to get people interested. People were interested at miracles. People were interested as he gave parables and how he spoke to people and how he loved. So you got to be interested. Sometimes we're boring. Sometimes boring people, nobody's going to come hear someone that is boring, that doesn't have the ability to capture their attention. So once you gain their interest, now it's during this phase, it's during this level that you have to investigate. Maybe you have to do some research. Maybe you have to take a survey of sorts just to kind of see what people are interested in. And then you can't be afraid to come out of your comfort zone to execute it. So level 1, you have to win their interest. Now, once you get a person's interest, now you can gradually to the next phase, which is influence. So once you be able to get them interested, now you start moving towards a place where you're able to influence them. People that are noticing you, people that are following you, people that are looking to you, and you've captured their interest, now you place them in a position to be influenced. So now, people want to be influenced by something. People want some direction. People want some kind of outline for their lives. People want to feel a part of something. People want to engage in something, but they're not going to engage in something that's boring, lifeless, has no spark to it, no gump to it. So once you get their interest, be prepared now to set up something, a plan, some goals, some directives, and be ready now to start at this phase. You can really start. Maybe you might start noticing some other leaders within the group, or take a survey, do an assessment. People like to know what their strengths and what their weaknesses are so they can work on. So you got to start, coming out of yourself. Once you get their interest and you got a crowd and now they're following you, now you have an opportunity to influence. And once you set up some kind of format or where you would like to take them as far as a mission or an objective. Now, the next phase, which is the last phase, is ignite. Igniting now is you can launch them. So once you gain interest, You're creative. You're finding out what works, what doesn't work. You're holding people's attention. And now you place them in a place to be influenced by you. So that phase, you're going to have some things going on. You're going to maybe take some assessments and find out what their strengths are so you can start getting ready for the next phase, which is ignite. You want to ignite people. So if you gain their interest, now you got their influence, now you can give them some instruction. From a biblical perspective, and I use the Bible a lot because there are so many principles and so many stories where Jesus gained the interest of the followers and begin to engage them over a period of time through friendships, through relationships, through one-on-ones, through assessments, if you will. And then the next phase, he was able to leave and give them instruction, because at this last phase, he was able to ignite them. And when someone has been ignited by you, they don't necessarily need you around now, because you've already interested them, you've already influenced them, and the trust is built, and now they're ready to be ignited by you. So if you ever want to find out how to motivate people, gain their interest, then you will earn their influence, and then you're able to launch them into the desired outcome. All right, this is another Evolve moment. Take care. Thanks for tuning in. Share this short instruction, all right, I'll talk to you then. This is Fernando Kittrell, Bridge Crossing Solutions.